Let me see if everything good. Everything's good. Everything looks good right now. We are partying for another time tonight, but love can be a little bit tonight. Okay, let's see if whoever come in here. Everyone, make sure you drink your water bowl. You know what I mean? You gotta get some water, some aqua. That's what you guys need. Some aqua, get your popcorn, get your soda, get everything you need. You know what I mean? Per period, ever, y'all. I am back again. Like I said. I keep a promise and I kept a promise. Hey, hi. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, everyone's here. So today we're going to be reacting to two true horror stories animated. Trucker and the Devil. Yeah, we're doing another devil one. We're doing another You're Back Again. I know, right? Like, I know you guys missed me a little bit. But if you say no, then like, why are you lying to yourself? Anyways, let's begin. Okay, let's begin.
I've been a trucker since my mid-20s.
Okay.
I've had many odd experiences on the road.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that I've come across a couple of UFOs while driving late at night.
UFOs?
And encountered many strange drivers at times.
Not strange
However,
drivers.
The encounter I'm going to share today is by far the most terrifying and strange experience I've ever had. This happened on a country road in the middle of Kansas when I was 37. The year was 2009.
Okay, 2009. Okay.
The night started off like most nights, which consisted of me driving and listening to some music on the radio. Usually drinking some coffee to keep myself from getting too tired.
Oh.
As I drove through the night on the empty road, I had noticed that it began to get foggy.
Not foggy.
This fog eventually became very thick, and I started thinking to myself whether I should pull over for a while, as I could barely see ahead.
I missed you. Hi.
Or keep driving.
I missed you too.
I thought about it, and decided to continue on.
Okay, first of all, I would be scared if I saw some fog, just random fog. Like, I know, like, fog is cool, but, like, that's scary.
I thought about it, and decided to continue on.
Okay, continue.
There were 0 other people so far out driving in the middle of the country, so maybe it was safer than I thought. I still took precaution. I was going slowly, just in case an animal or something were to run across the road. As I continued driving, I started to pick up an odor. This odor was the most foul thing I've ever smelled.
Not the odor
and it soon filled the inside of my truck.
No, it has to be death.
I quickly closed the windows, but that didn't help.
It has to be death.
This terrible smell was already inside, and I felt as if I was going to vomit. The smell and the fog became overwhelming. I remember thinking to myself, what in the world could be causing such an awful stench?
Oh my gosh, not Santa Claus farting, like...
I felt that unpleasant feeling when you know you're about to throw up.
Oh no!
I had no choice but to quickly stop the truck and open the door to empty my stomach. When I was finished,
Boy, look
I
half
quickly
dead.
covered my face, as that horrible smell was still in the air.
What is
I closed
it?
the door and prepared myself to start driving again.
What is it to that?
That's when I noticed something ahead crossing the road.
Like after my mom used the
figure was
restroom?
unmistakably a man, and this man appeared to be limping.
Not
Other
the zombie.
than his limping, I also noticed that the man was wearing an old white button shirt and black suspenders. I recall thinking to myself
Fashion
how
statements
strange and
not
freaky
there.
the situation was.
No, I
and
swear,
not
put ad
knowing what to
blockers,
do.
y'all. I'm gonna sing y'all a song. They ain't popping you, well breed, no comparing. And it, what is that? Wait, that kind of looked like a game, a video game. Hold up, I'm looking back on it. Oh, it was. Okay, you know what?
That
Never
I was
mind.
just going to ask if he was okay.
It's Ethan
I
Winters.
should call anyone for help. Before I was able to drive up to him, I soon noticed that 4 more people came out from the side of the road, all walking in the same direction.
I would
as
think
the
they're
first
zombies.
Man I saw. Each of them were walking in that same odd limping gait.
I would
all
think
of
they're
them
zombies.
wearing outdated farming clothes.
I would think they're zombies.
What I found even more strange was the fact that they didn't acknowledge the huge truck that was on the other side of the road. I thought to myself, if these people needed help, then surely they would come to me. However, all of them continued limping across the road.
Yeah, see, this is
disappearing into the darkness.
Right, like, why is he just standing there, like,
I must also remind you, we were in the middle of Kansas. So basically, the middle of nowhere.
Well, guess who's not going to Kansas?
Just then, another figure emerged from the darkness and began to cross the road.
Why is he standing there?
However, this figure was far smaller. I soon realized that this was a child.
Oh my gosh.
I got out of my truck.
You see,
that's
here's the thing. If you see some grown people limping and walking away, and you see a child, children are scarier than anything. They really be scary. Like if they're limping and stuff. Some people are just not meant to live long.
But I did not go up to the kid. Rather, I stared at him as he continued to cross the road. This child was also walking in a weird way, and was wearing that old clothing too.
I would run them over.
Right when he was about to make it to the other side, I said aloud, "Do any of you need help?"
Dumb.
The child stopped, turning his head to face me.
He's so dumb.
My heart sank all the way to my feet as soon as I saw his face.
Well, what? Bitten off.
I wasn't looking at the face of an ordinary child. I was looking at the face of a corpse. I cursed under my breath. And
if it has maggots, I would cry.
This thing then let out the most awful scream I've ever heard.
Why is he just standing there?
Began to limp towards me, but at a quicker speed than before.
Oh my gosh.
I quickly got back inside the truck and slammed the door shut.
You see, I would never stop over and ask someone if they need help.
I heard even more of those horrifying screams and saw more of these things beginning to emerge from the darkness.
That's when I would cry and die.
I quickly swerved around the kid, speeding out of there as quick as I could. During that whole ordeal, I saw the faces of the other ones that were coming, and they all had the face of decomposed corpses. Once I made it back to civilization, I stopped at a gas station.
I would be too scared to stop at a gas station. I would think the world's ending.
Truck. My mind and heart were still racing, and had no idea what to think.
Rabies!
This experience opened me up to many things.
Not them got rabies.
I feel like I understand that this world is indeed strange, and there might always be things which we do not understand.
Oh my goodness. What if they were probably like a prank show or something, or like they just wanted to prank someone? Like that's their little whole thing. I would still drive off though. Imagine getting one of them.
My name is Allie, and I'm from Germany. I have experienced this incident when I was 12 years old.
Oh.
One day, I went to my grandparents' house to stay for a while.
Okay, Germany.
The house was quite an old one and was located in a pretty isolated area.
That house is pretty cute.
When I arrived there, it was already late and dark outside. I stayed with my grandmother in the living room, and then I asked her a question. "Granny, what was the scariest thing you've experienced?"
Oh.
She replied,
Did y'all see her face? You know something scary's about to happen if your grandma gives you that face.
"What was the scariest thing you've experienced?" She replied, "Well, I think you're too young to hear it, dear." However, I kept convincing her to tell me her story.
Look at her, convincing.
For your information, my grandma has a backstory when she comes from an old, small village in Turkey where still people ride on horses.
Turkey!
Eventually, she began the story. "It's not my fault if you can't sleep tonight."
Okay,
she
Grandma.
asked me if I know how the devil looked like, and
that
I said they look like red man with spikes on their forehead. "Well, the devil has a split tongue, and he has only 3 fingers on both hands. The fingernails are so sharp that they could slice the meat almost in half, and the air he is breathing is dead souls." Her description was so detailed that I could almost imagine clearly, and I was a bit scared. And she then told me that she once had seen him a few years ago. It has become bright in front of her eyes when she had a heart attack, and then she saw something red thing approaching her.
I would
She
cry.
could see him clearly.
I'd
and
be
it
like,
was
I'm going to
definitely
hell.
something
If I saw
else.
that, I'd be like, yep, he has chosen me. I can't.
He said to her, but she refused.
Mm-mm,
I didn't commit any sin. Why are you going to take me? Then Satan replied,
Silence. You are going to come with me.
She yelled, No! He
Ooh,
stared at her for a moment.
she really said, nah, nah, nah.
No one ever walked back. You are going to come.
Ooh,
When he disappeared, my grandma finally woke up from a coma, and she realized that 2 years have been passed. My
not
mom
grandma,
told her
2-year
that
coma.
her brother got lung cancer and nearly died.
Oh my gosh.
After leaving the hospital, she went to visit him. asking
Not
if he
another
could see
ad. Oh my god.
Spotlight clear of the Knights of Colonia.
Yeah.
Morning
Get it, girl. Oh, I thought she was singing.
That night, I saw a
First off, if I'm in a coma, just pull the plug.
Red
I'm not gonna
man.
feel it.
and he said like this, She doesn't want to come,
So you have to come with me.
Ooh.
he replied. After that, my grandma told about him to the whole family.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone believed it, except me, who was a little kid. Granny,
same. I
don't
wouldn't believe.
remember.
But like, you know, some
I
stories out
know.
there, you know,
You were pretty young at that
not the
time,
devil. Right.
sweetie. After finishing drinking a hot chocolate,
You know, she
I
had a
ended
nightmare.
up going to bed.
She had a nightmare. huh?
However, I couldn't close my eyes because of the story that my grandma had told me. Then, I suddenly heard someone open the door that I had locked.
Mm-mm-mm.
There was a clock in the room. When I saw the clock, I could see that it said 4:61 a.m.
Now
There
that
is no way that 61 minutes can exist.
right.
Something was wrong. I grabbed my phone
Bug.
and turned on the lights.
I would be so
And
scared.
there he was, the red man, Satan.
Watch her go
Being
into a
scared,
coma.
I screamed at the top of my lungs. I immediately hid under my blankets, and that's when I felt a sharp pain on my left arm.
Ooh. I would cry. I would cry. I would cry.
That's only what I heard at that moment.
Right. Pretend you're dead.
After a few seconds, my grandpa ran into the room with his baseball bat, but he was already disappeared.
Oh, she actually
While he
bleeding.
was driving me to the hospital, he kept praying on the way.
I
It took around 30 minutes to drive to the nearest hospital, and
I
I
rebuke you,
eventually had to
Satan.
stitch my wound on my arm.
Oh
This
no.
happened 6 years ago, but I still have scars on my arm. Thankfully, I have not been encountered something like this anymore.
Oh, it was grandma was bringing a little bit of evil in the family. Let me just tell you that. Grandma must have did something to have the devil on her back, like that. Okay, well, anyways, I have to go, but like I was enjoying it. I enjoy this. Like, first of all, the trucker. I don't know if every story we read they're just a little dumb, but like sometimes they're just a little dumb. The little girl, on the other hand, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. She be bleeding for real. Okay, anyways, well, I'm gonna go, but I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I might be playing Granny later, so stay tuned for that because, like, girl, Granny did die. Yeah, R.I.P. Granny. Okay, well, anyways, bye. I love you. Mwah.